Yo, guys, what's up? What's up? How you doing, good people? Welcome back to Mabaya Loves Football YouTube channel where we digest, eat, sleep, wake up, breathe football. Today we have some fire topics that we are going to discuss. And yeah, we will love to have you along with us. But before we finish, make sure you subscribe so that next time you can get the notification when we go live. And also make sure you share with your friend and ask your boyfriend to subscribe also so that he may witness his favorite club getting bantered by us. Welcome, guys, and let's go.
Okay, thank you so much. So dabi. North London dabi inaanza mapema sana man.
Inaanza saa 8.
Saa 8:30 mzee. Ama saa 8 kamili.
Saa 8 hapo, saa 8:30, saa 8 hapo, sijui, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so vile mimi naona,
Yeah.
mimi kama mwana Arsenali, hiyo derby, North London derby itakuwa si rahisi, siwezi sema ni rahisi. Juu kila timu sasa hivi unaona tuko number 1 na wao wako number 3 I guess, ama sina number 3. So
Yeah, sure.
haiwezi kuwa rahisi. So kutakuwa na mabao nayo, I think kutakuwa na 3-2 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Ama 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal, 3-2 Arsenal. So it will be a hard game, lakini na expect Arsenal washinde wa pull through.
Una expect like which the lineups unaweza predict from both teams venye wanaweza nini approach the game ama mtu anaweza field, having in mind that Spurs they are missing Kulusevski na Loris nasikia ni out kwa game ya kesho.
Well, Tottenham, to be honest, I don't give I don't care about them, like siwezi sema na care about them sana, so sijali kitu wanaweka squad, lakini to my side, so I guess tutaanza na Ramsdale, Ben White, then Saliba, atacheza na watatu nyuma, atacheza na Saliba, then White, then Gabriel, alafu na Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey na Martin ako injury kweli ama amerudi?
Juzi ako sawa, alicheza hata juzi game ya Norway.
Thank you. Martin Odegaard aingia hapo, then umbele mnajua ni yeye, Gabriel Jesus na Martinelli kando na Saka on the other wing, and that's my squad.
So what about you, Sam? What do you expect from Spurs, having in mind that they don't have Kulusevski and Loris is a big doubt for the game?
They don't have
Spurs are missing Kulusevski.
Yeah.
Kulusevski is missing, and Loris might be a doubt for the game.
Well, Kulu is a good player, to be honest. He's a very good player. Now, Kamana means that will be our advantage. Sasa na goalkeeper wao is the captain ama?
Yeah.
Ni experience. Sasa wateka sijui gaza whatever ama Gazaniga. Itoaje hiyo. So lakini anyway Tottenham attack sana. So I don't see kama watamiss hao best players wao juu Son hii season si ati amekuwa mbaya sana, is struggling. Hii game ya Leicester I guess ndiye alifunga hizo bao zote, na mnaona Leicester vile iko hii season si ati ni timu yenye itakuwa inatishia watu sana. So yeah, Tottenham kama Kulusevski yuko, that may be our advantage. Na plus the coach wao changing formation is always 3-5-2. So yeah, we can hammer them depending on
You
now we play.
you watched Arsenal play versus United.
Yep.
Time game ilikuwa 1-1. Arsenal reverted to a high line, and
Mm-hmm.
you were quickly punished by 2 quick fire goals by Rashford. So tomorrow,
Well,
having in mind that Spurs, they can actually soak all the pressure and invite you guys, then try to hit you on the counters with the pace of Son and Richarlison in behind. My defenders when wako well equipped to catch the attack, ama like wame prepare aje kunalify, like to make sure in as much as mta hold high line, hizo balls hazitachezwa na Hurricane.
well, you see, game ya Man U na Arsenal mediator equal all that complete. So that's why you are mlikuwa mnatupata hizo maposition like sasa for Aspana kuna Thomas Partey anakava, so we good wapige tu. Honestly, we good.
So
The midfield. That's the main point. Hiyo nilifanya Manchester mkashinda. I know you won siwezi kataa, lakini tungekuwa na midfield tunge challenge.
Yeah, so Sam, what do you think about tomorrow's game, the London Derby?
Yeah, of course, it's going to be a London derby, and for me, I think I'll refer back to the other London derby that Spurs played. Unakumbuka walicheza na sisi. Actually, when they played against us, they didn't start very well, but time fulani ikafika sijui dakika kitu 60 minutes, then Conte changed something. Then they started playing very well. So iliangalia hiyo game ya Spurs versus Chelsea. First minute mpaka dakika 60 hawakuwa wanacheza vizuri. In fact, all the players hata akina Son na akina Hurricane hawakuwa wanaonekana kwa hiyo game, but I think there's something that normally happens in these games, big games, especially the London derbies, ama any kind of derby. Most of the time coaches ndo wanakuwa on top, tactically correct. So huwezi underrate that saizi Spurs wako na, of course they are missing 2 important players, Kulveski and who else, and Loris. So apart from that, I'm expecting Conte to be tactically aware of what he's going to do against MIKEl Arteta. So I won't be surprised if that game goes to a draw. Actually, mi naona sana inaweza kuwa draw because when the Spurs walicheza na sisi niliona, and it's something that I've realized from this Spurs team nowadays, wakicheza game a high profile game, you cannot wish them away until the last minute, because remember when they played against Liverpool last season, at some point walikuwa wamefungwa, then they came na wakadraw na wao, then when they were playing against City last season again, they scored the last goal in the last minute in the last second of the game. They scored a goal that gave them the 3 points. So you cannot wish them away. With Conte, you can't wish them away. For me, I think I'll expect them to, especially up front, because Son in the last games, in the last game of the Premier League, he scored a hat-trick. So I expect Son to start on the left, and then on the right, because you said Kulveski will not be around. Kulveski will not be around. Most probably nani atapewa chance.
The Brazilian Magic, Richarlison.
I don't think Richarlison can do well on that side.
Lucas Moura.
Yeah, exactly. Lucas Moura anaweza pata chance hapo. Lucas Moura anaweza pata chance. But sijui wako, of course now, sijui wako na kipa mgani sahi apart from Loris. I think they signed up a goalkeeper from.
No, ule kipa wa Southampton alikuwa anaitwa Ben Foster ama
Fraser Foster.
Yeah, Fraser. Huyo atacheza kama huyo role za yuko.
Sasa sijui kama atapewa chance ya kucheza, but for me I think Spurs still wako poa. still wako poa, they can still pose a challenge against Arsenal. One thing I know about Arsenal, the way you've said, when you played against them, inafika at some point when overcommit, they forget about the balancing the game. When overcommit going forward, and you know, mtu kama Son anapenda such kind of games. Son, Kane anapenda such kind of games. Kane akidrop anaangalia Son ako wapi, anaweka ball. Kama Mura pia atacheza, is going to run in behind the defenders and make sure that wakienda pale exchange pass na mtu kama Son, itakuwa disaster. So for me, I think on my side, I think it's going to be a draw.
Msisahau tuko Emirates. Msisahau tuko Emirates, and Emirates is a fortress nowadays. So be careful how you approach Emirates. Some kisema nini tuko huku bana.
Yeah, mko Emirates lakini sidhani kama mko poa sana. Against Spurs.
I think Arsenal will have majority of possession.
Yeah.
Alafu sasa hiyo pekee ndio itakuwa like self destruction juu in possess kwa control of the game, then naturally Barcelona itasonga mbele. Then kwa football, you know, kila timu kwa na moments zake.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason that Arsenal can be like inaweza tumika kuhurt Arsenal. But other than that, sioni venye Spurs watajikwamua kwa hiyo game unless Arsenal wapate red. Unless Arsenal wapate red card.
Niko na feeling tofauti kabisa.
The best they can get.
Tunakuelewa.
No, not even so, man. Not even so. I have a different feeling. I feel like Tottenham are a bit. You see the way they've been getting the results. The way they've been getting the results. From the Champions League game they played against.
Game ya Leicester ndio wameshinda kwa vipi? Tuombeni ukweli, game ya Leicester ndio wameshinda ile yenye mmeona wameshinda. Because
actually game zote za Spurs hakuna game yenye wamedominate. Hakuna game wamedominate, like ni just luck. Ukiangalia hata game ya Leicester walikuwa wamedominate until keeper akafanya mistake ya the third goal, ndio Leicester waka give up, wakamaliza na hizo zingine. So kuna vitu Spurs wanafaa ku look at up to tomorrow, juu kesho wanaingia ka underdogs. You say Arsenal ni favorite ya game mingi sana. Hata versus Liverpool next week, Arsenal bado watakuwa favorite. So kesho kitu pekee inaweza hata Arsenal ni high line. Wakimanage ku keep Hurricane at bay, like wakati supply balls zisiende the two attackers wenye Kane atakuwa partners na wao, Arsenal wanaweza stand a chance ya ku get a result. But wakiallow Kane na Son hizo spaces, they'll be hurt. But considering that it's a derby na Arsenal wako home na wapiga home advantage, so the worst can happen according to me, the worst that can happen to Arsenal ni draw.
Yeah.
In as much as I want them to get beaten, I think this season, like hawana that visible nini weakness yenye ulikuwa unasema leo Jack atapewa red card ama hata turn up. Like this season kila mtu ana turn up. So in as much as kesho I'm supporting Spurs, I'm really not expecting them to win that game. Naona tu Arsenal ikawapiga. Rosafi.
So I'm just wondering the last game that Arsenal played, they lost.
They won 3-0 convincingly versus ile timu ilipiga Man United waje.
Unasema tulishinda 3-0, ilikuwa timu gani ile?
You played against Brentford. Okay.
Brentford, yes.
Now, you see, we can use that game as a benchmark because Brentford and Spurs wanakuanga na setup almost similar, 3-4-3. So if at all Spurs want to get a point,
Brentford, I think, wanatumia strikers up front.
Ati?
Brentford, I think wanatumia 2 strikers up front.
Yeah, ni same like Spurs, but for Spurs,
Tony.
Hurricane ana drop, anaacha wengine wawili wana nini huko mbele. most of the
Yeah.
time Ken ndio anakuwa attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
So Spurs kama wanataka ku get a point from Emirates tomorrow, nadhani wanafaa kufanya homework from the game Arsenal played versus Brentford.
Na conte si anatumia kama wingback.
Yeah, wing-backs.
Sasa ukiangalia ama wingback wa Tottenham unaona ni kama wanaweza hiyo kazi ya wingbacks.
Perisic
Yeah,
ako sawa, mwingine ndio.
Wako sawa.
Alafu mwingine anaitwaje umte
Emerson
anapanga
ndio ako
kinyasa
kiasi hapo chini.
Emerson.
Sasa
Yeah, so yeah. Na umza si ati atajituma kila saa, so ata run out of gas soon enough. Umza anaitwaje? Huyo
Perisic.
Croatia.
Perisic.
Yeah.
Kila goal.
So yeah, lakini mimi naona Tottenham as much as mnasema Conte ataona tactics, he never changes anything. Hakuna siku asai change game. Akicheza na timu ndogo, acheza na timu kubwa, atatumia tu ile same formation. Na hiyo ndio inaumizanga most of the games.
Kama hii game ya one thing I know about Conte, of course, as you said, yeye akiangalia, because I remember when we had him at Chelsea, there is a time we played against Liverpool, we lost. We played against Arsenal, we lost in the first half. We conceded 3 goals. Then umse hapo ndo alibadilisha system yake, akaenda akaweka 3 at the back, and then
amekuwa Tottenham the whole hiyo season nyingine na hii achangingi, si tumeangalia tu is the same formation.
Conte is among the pioneers of kutumia formation ya 4-2-4. Akiwa Juventus hiyo ndio alikuwa anatumia, then when he came to Chelsea, as Nania said, kwanza walitumianga hiyo Emirates. Nakumbuka tulikuwa tunawatch hiyo game mimi na Mike tukiwa high school ile originally
unakumbuka Mr. Mjambo akanifukuza
so anafaa like akilemewa kesho atafanya hiyo tactical pitch, but if at all mtamweka kwa game ata maintain tu na atafunga juu it's like luck inafuatanga Spurs all over.
Exactly.
Well,
now one thing again I've realized about them nowadays, wanafunga sana hizo corners.
Hatuwezi funga kona.
Sorry?
Hatuwezi funga kona. Hata unajua hatuwezi funga kona. Sasa na wanafunga kona, sisi ndio tunaweza funga kona.
No, remember you're going to face guys who are good in scoring corners, mtu kama Eric Dyer, mtu kama
you seen Saliba?
You remember the last game this
Mike, you see Arsenal best record from corners hawajafungwa. Spurs has the best record from the corners they have scored.
Exactly.
Well, they'll not score us from a corner. That I can assure you.
Oh, of course, they cannot score, but that they have shown that they can score from corners.
Yeah.
Kwa game mode. So hiyo pia ni kitu yenye mnafaa mkuwe aware.
Alafu mimi kitu yenye najua. Nasema Arsenal
combined 11.
Sorry? Before we go, nasema ngoja Arsenal ya hii season hatuwezi buliwa vile tulikuwa tunakuwa bullied like the other seasons. Unajua hizo seasons zingine teams used to bully us, lakini sasa hii tuko na spirit, the fighting spirit, and that's what I like about that team. They never give up.
You are one injury away from having the same backline you had last season. The only person who has changed there the only person who has changed is Saliba. Then Zinchenko huwezi mhesabu sana because he's always in injuries. So you're one injury away from having the same backline you had last season.
Tuko na Tierney.
Who was there last season? After most of the time he's injured.
Sasa hajaumia, she is fit and is playing good. So hatuwezi angalia vitu ilipita, so lazima tuangalie tu mbele. Kaija happen, so why won't we hope for the better? So hatuwezi kuwa negative.
Yeah. mimi hata kitu najiuliza, because you guys are saying you guys are saying that of course you've improved. I'm happy that you've improved this season, but now ask yourself, kama mtu kama Saliba atapata injury, unaelewa, then who else will come in and fit his shoes?
Ben White ataingia center back, Tekayo Tabitiro ataingia ile right back. So bro, tuko sawa. Ule mtu Japanese wetu ataingia right back. Ule jina yake ni ngumu, I can't pronounce it.
Tomias.
Huyo, that guy.
So what's your combined 11?
I'm very biased. But goalkeeper obviously itakuwa ni Ramsdale. Tukiangalia center backs Tottenham acha nipatie Daya. Romero. Ni Romero.
Romero.
Christian Romero.
Yeah, huyo. Alafu na Saliba. Wing tachukua water Arsenal. Lakini hapana wing. Emerson na Ben White nani anaweza kwa hapo buda? Emerson
White.
Ben White. Alafu huko chini wako na nani? Wanagonga na nani?
Perisic.
Huyo ni mzuri. I can give them that Perisic, then tuende mid. Tutaanza na obviously Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey na
okay.
Kulu anacheza wing ama anacheza kama midfield?
Wing.
Kulu cheza wing sana.
Itabidi nimemweka hapo CM juu. Hapana CM bana Odegaard. Ai. Sawa. Midfield tunaenda na Arsenal wote watatu.
Arsenal wote watatu.
Tuanze na Xhaka, Martin Odegaard na Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Tena mbele. Aspanao Gabriel si akona bao mingi kuliko Ken.
Nani?
Kuliko Harry Ken.
Gabriel akona more. Look at the quality. Who is better?
Yeah. I don't care. You give
quality
Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel is doing great.
Huko chini anaitwa aje Saka, then huko juu naweza wapatia Son.
Yeah. Mi combine 11 yangu I think Ramsdale of course atakuwa kwa goal. Left back I think mtoto anaitwa nani huyo? Mtoto anaitwa Sesanyo.
Hapana.
Sesanyo ni mzuri.
Hapana, huyo kijana ako na game moja mzuri unasema ni mzuri.
Sesanyo ni a good player. I'll go with Sesanyo. For me I think I'll go with Sesanyo on the left hand side.
Can do you agree?
A bit energetic, he's good going forward. I'll go with Sesanyo. Then the two center backs, I'll go with Saliba and Romero. Right back. Because right now you guys are using Ben White, who is playing there. I've seen Tomiyasu play, but this season I've not seen him play. So I'd rather give Emerson on that side. So my back
Emerson cannot play football, bwana.
He does. He does. For me, I think he's better than Ben White on that side because he goes forward. He's good going forward. So for me, my backline will be Sesanyo on the left, Saliba and Romero at the center, and then Emerson on the right.
Okay.
Then the midfield, of course, I'll go with hii nanikalia ngumu kidogo mazee, because Partey is good. Partey is good and Højbjerg is also very good. Hata Bentako ni mzuri progressively. Ana move ball forward vizuri sana. But now I think I'll go with let me decide. I'll go with Højbjerg and Partey. Xhaka itabidi apumzike.
You are a hater, man.
I'll go with Hoiberg and Chaka and Pate.
Ona
Then
hadi unasema Chaka.
Chaka apumzike. I'll go in fact namrate Hoiberg sana. Hoiberg na nani na Pate. Sawa? Then hapo CM, I think I'll give a chance to Odegaard. Odegaard is good. Odegaard. Then left wing Martinelli. Martinelli is good.
Kuliko Son.
Martinelli is good. Son amepata tu papo punch. Hizo 3 goals. Amekuwa very poor. Amekuwa very poor this season. I'll go with Martinelli on the right. On the right, again Duarte I think Saka.
Unasema Kulu is better than Saka. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's good. He's more direct than Saka.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your opinion. If you see him play, that's my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Well, my combined 11.
Yeah.
I'll go with Rambo as the pale mchumani.
Yeah.
Then left back Zinchenko. Then Saliba, Romero, and Ben White. Then in midfield, I'd go for Højbjerg, Partey, and Odegaard. Then up front, I'd go for Jesus, Kane, and Saka.
Yes. Ulisema Hurricane anacheza nini? Amefunga bao ngapi hii season?
Hurricane is quality, man. He's quality.
He's good. Skatai, I cannot argue with that. He's really good. Lakini hii season, as we look at the form, Gabriel is performing over him.
But it's a matter of time. He always shows up in these kind of games. And I'm very sure tomorrow your defenders will be worried. Because he likes that. And especially the only problem this time, you are going to play at home. But kama mngekuwa mnacheza kule. Yes.
Hurricane anaweza funga lakini we are still gonna win. That's one thing I know. He usually scores against us, lakini we win.
It's okay. Let's see what will happen.
Yeah, so going to another derby tomorrow, Chelsea at Palace. Yeah, so having in mind that Chelsea will be missing the key players Kante, Cucurella, Mendy, Chukwemeka, what will be your prediction, Mr. Sam? How the game tomorrow?
As I said yesterday, I believe that Chelsea are going to win 2-0. This time, I don't think they're going to concede because you remember when we played in Champions League, we didn't play Fofana and Koulibaly, so I'm very sure they're rested. And that's then kama walito kwa national teams, mtu kama Fofana bado still alikuwa ako kwa training ground. Mtu kama Koulibaly, they didn't have games in Africa. Did they have games in Africa? Did they have any friendlies?
Yeah, Senegal had a friendly, but I don't think Nani played.
He wasn't involved. So they've had time. I think they've had time to work out everything with the coach. So mi naangalia naona hiyo game itakuwa, for me, as I've told you, the prediction are 2-0. I think Chelsea are going to score two goals. One goal from Kai Havertz, the other one from Raheem Sterling. Or rather, because hiyo game itakuwa away, naona kama Aubameyang akipata chance anaweza funga. So I think that is my prediction. So maybe going into details how I expect the game to be. Nimeona, as you said, umesema Kante hatakuwa.
From your coach. Coach
bado Kante ni mkali.
Kante on his day is a monster. Kante on his day is a monster.
On his day yake ilikuwa lini? Jumi sijaisikia on his day of late.
On his day
When
when he
was
plays
his day?
against,
Man,
when he was
the man
playing
is lost.
against Manchester City in Champions League final, he played against Spurs. In the first half of the game, of that game, he was quality. So for me, I
Acha
think
nikuulize
yes,
Sam, huyu coach
yes.
mwenye mmeweka anawezana na hii club yenu?
Sasa utaniuliza hivyo, mimi nitakwambia let's wait and see because we've only seen him we've only we've only seen him preside only one game. I've not seen much
Hata
from him.
kuamini ako Champions League.
Hata training sijaona
Hakuamini
akifanya,
ako
so I have to
Champions
wait
League.
and see what will happen. So for me, I think
Okay,
I'll give
let's
him
go.
time. Okay, the only thing I expect from the game tomorrow, I think I'll expect the manager to change the system because tumekuwa tukicheza na back three for a very long time. Now that system imekuwa ikideny how attacking players, some of the natural wingers, the likes of Pulisic na mtu kama Ziyech, na tunataka tukue at least na one extra midfielder, creative midfielder pale kwa midfield, because tumekuwa tukicheza na only two midfielders na both of them wanaonekanaga hawako creative. Both of them, the only person mwenye kwa bit creative box to box ni mtu kama Kovacic. So I expect the manager to change the system to at least go with the four at the back, ndo apatie chance mtu kama, I don't expect Thiago Silva to play because Thiago Silva si amekuwa kwa international na na zao huwa zinaisha very late, so amerudi late. I'm not sure about that. I know he's 38. So
45.
he's 38 years old. So I don't expect him to play. He has to be rested because we have so many games in this month. Actually next month. So I expect him to be rested so that we can give a chance to kama Koulibaly na Fofana hapo katikati. Then left back. This time nataka ajaribu Chilwell. Ajaribu Chilwell on the left hand side because Chilwell zile games zenye nimeona ameingia ameleta so much change because the last game I saw him play, he played against West Ham and he scored. So I expect him to give a chance to Chilwell on the left. On the right hand side,
Chilwell will start because Cucurella is injured.
Oh, Cucurella is injured too, eh?
Yeah.
I think we should give them a chance. We should change the system to patie back four. To cheza na back four. So on the right, I expect James to start. Then at the midfield, nafikiria we should rest Jorginho. We give a chance to Zakaria to play as a lone DM, and Loftus-Cheek on the left, and then on the right to patie nani Kovacic. Then after Loftus-Cheek is quality sometimes, eh? Kwanza akiplay against Crystal Palace, his former club. So I think tukimpatia hiyo chance haitakuwa vibaya. Then on the right wing nataka patie Ziyech because nimemwona akicheza Morocco. Unajua he's back now in Morocco's team. Nimemwona akicheza Morocco and the so on the left hand side of course is Sterling, and then up front pale ni Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz must start that game because he's been having a good form, especially for international break. So I expect that, and I expect them to score 2 goals. I don't expect us to concede. Then maybe probably yes, exactly. I don't expect us to concede. Exactly. I don't expect us to concede.
Okay.
So probably then thereafter kukuje Aubameyang akuje dakika kitu 75 there. And then maybe mtu kama Gallagher pia akuje to just face his former club. So I expect Chelsea to play very well tomorrow.
Having in mind that your team is yet to gel and kila mtu arrive from international break time yenye anataka, so hawajatrain pamoja.
No, but how do you know that? The last time we played a match was September 4th. That's when we played a Premier League match. So between that time, Nasai, you've had time to prepare because we had a whole week. Then our match was postponed.
You don't get a match in training ground.
But we've been playing indoor games.
because you have the same players. What the coach does ni same ideas and a pass to the team.
We've been
Team A
playing
na
games
team,
behind closed door. We've been playing games behind closed door. We played against Brighton. We played.
but with
We played
different
against.
players.
I think we played against Brentford
But with
behind
different
closed door.
players, right? Juu players wengine
Exactly.
walikuwa international break. Yeah,
But
so
most
ndio
of the
nasema
players, yes,
most of the players who went to international break ni first
yeah,
11ers wa Chelsea, ni first teamers, right? Yeah, so when they come back, the coach has only played one game with them, and that was versus Salzburg. Sindio?
You
So
know what's happened?
he's yet to know like the first 11 and to work on some mistakes and whatnot. So most of the coaching he'll be doing ni kuongea. Just stick to my plan and let me see how the game pans out, right? So
yeah.
having that in mind, you are facing a pretty good side. Yenye wamecheza pamoja sasa wanajuana and everything. They are so good. And they have key players like Eze, Zaha, Olise, your former player. So how do you like
Edward.
yeah, and Osam Edward. So how do you guys plan to nullify the attack
But
of Palace?
listen. There's one thing you have to realize. Those players
Mhm.
that nimewataja hapo, the ones that I expect to play, because you've told me Kukurela is injured. Chilwell has not. He wasn't in the international. He wasn't in that international duty. So Chilwell has been in the training ground, si ndio? Na amekuwa na coach.
Mhm.
And then the other person, I think Koulibaly and Fofana, pia, they didn't have much to do in this international break. Then on the right, the only person who has been involved in these games ni James peke yake. Unaona? Then at the midfield, of course, Jorginho is quality, man. He's someone who can adapt in any game if really he's going to be given a chance. Then Loftus-Cheek, they've been there. Kovacic, they've been there. Kante, of course, is injured. You cannot expect him to play. Mount, the only person maybe inaweza expect acheze hapo pia ni Mount. Forward, Aubameyang has been at Chelsea. Ziyech is the only one mwenye alitravel. Pulisic pia alitravel, and Sterling. So I think they can still work out something.
Well, having that in mind,
Yeah.
in as much as chenye tu naona yenye inaweza washindia game kesho ni like you have
Yeah.
more quality players than Palace.
Palace pia wanaweza kaza, so usiseme ati mtashinda vile mnafikiria.
So Mike,
Crystal
how
Palace
do you see Chelsea and going tomorrow to face Palace, having in mind that over the past seasons Chelsea wamekuwa wakishinda versus Palace but wamekuwa wakistruggle to get the results. Now that they have a new coach mwenye hajaipiga Palace away na wana face side yenye wamecheza pamoja for long na wanajuana and what's not. Unaona hiyo game as a neutral?
unajua, kila mtu ameona vile Crystal Palace inacheza. You have seen them play. Si watu wa kuendea hivyo vile unasema ati mtaenda mchukue 3 points and stuff. So Patrick Vieira has done a really good job with the boys. Wanacheza game poa, si ati nini, they are cooking.
Yes, the 3 points. We can also get them.
So Chelsea has hii season wako, si ati ni wazee unajua wanaenda wapate result. They are not that, huwezi kuwa sure na wao because mmestruggle, mmeona mkistruggle. So yeah, I'm thinking you will draw. Another
I actually went for a bold prediction. I think Palace will win 3-1.
That cannot
It can. You cannot say it can't.
That can't happen.
Things happen.
Well, but if Chelsea were to win, I don't think you guys will win with a clean sheet. That can't happen.
Why do you think so?
Honestly,
where do I think that?
Yeah.
Where do I think that Palace will score?
Yeah.
You can.
I watched your game versus Salzburg.
Yeah, shaenda huyo.
Wacha kwambie, unaona one thing about Chelsea at the moment, umeangalia maplayers wao wengi na wako international break they've been firing. Mtu kama Kai Havertz, you saw the goal he scored against England. In fact, the first goal he scored against England, that goal was very good. And then the second goal also, the positioning. Penye alikuwa, ndio hiyo ball ikapigwa, akascore. That guy was very good. He had a very good positioning. So, hiyo story ya kwamba these guys are going to beat us, I'm not very sure about that. In fact, I don't think they are going to do that.
I watched your game versus Salzburg.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Ati?
Formation ya Germany inacheza.
Yeah.
Chelsea inacheza.
Formation ya Germany inacheza. In fact, wao wanatumia 3 as a factor. It's the same.
So the thing is, ukiona vile form ya unajua hata kusema kwa international is firing.
So uko mbali mzee.
Huko kwingine
Unashika speaker.
Uko mbali sana.
Sema. Sa unasema form ya Hakai ni imekuwa sijui kali kwa international whatever.
Yeah.
Unajua form ya club na international si the same. Kuna msee anafunga si amecheza game za club amefunga ngapi? How many chances are you creating?
It's not a coincidence that he scored a winner against West Ham. He's gone to international break. He scored 2 goals. So it's not a coincidence. He's on form.
Yeah, he's on form. Lakini anyway. Mi sioni mkishinda honestly. Naona mkienda 1-1.
It's okay. Hiyo pia ni opinion yako. Just as I've said that I don't see you guys winning against Spurs. The best you can get is a draw.
My problem with Chelsea actually, after watching the game versus Salzburg,
Yeah.
I didn't see that amkuwa that compact venye under Tuchel mlikuwa.
Yeah.
Kulikuwa na hizo spaces zenye team inaweza passing through the lines. So having that in mind, na venye Palace wako na more clinical finishers na some quality players wenye wanawa support, I'm thinking if at all you will win, hamta win a clean sheet.
So let me object you kidogo. But you see, when we played against Salzburg, we only had one central defender. We only had one central defender. Most of those players that we had, what are thinking yao ilikuwa kwenda mbele. Mtu kama James going forward. Mtu kama Cucurella, of course, going forward. Mtu kama Azpilicueta is a right back. So probably if you get a more balanced team this time, we can play well.
Well, that's true, but then
Yeah.
You see, unaona nini system?
Yeah.
Pia kuna venye high favor individuals.
Exactly.
Like if a coach instructs you to be in a certain position in a certain time,
Yeah.
kuna vitu zenye kuna mistakes za system zita happen. Like venye tu system yenu iko, tuseme mcheza high line na mtakuwa na majority of possession obviously. Hiyo tuna expect.
Yeah.
Alafu mcheze high line then Spurs like Palace wapate hiyo balls in behind. Wafunge kamoja. Hiyo itakuwa mistake ya system. So in as much as you had one defender that day, which is true, I think the coach, there's a certain way he wants to play. On the front foot, attacking football. So hiyo haitawapea that nini like ile venye mlikuwa under Tuchel that mnaweza funga bao moja na mkuwe comfortable, game ishe hivyo, mkuwe compact. Huyu yeye anataka tu from 1 minute to 90 mpossess, mcontrol game in all areas na mfunge mabao most. So in the process of you going to score more goals and attacking, pia Palace wata have their chance. Na if they take their chance, that's where a clean sheet goes. Anyway, that's my thinking.
Okay, no problem. For me, I think we have a clean sheet because. Okay, and again, the other point that I have, as considering what you've said, and what you watch against Salzburg. Now, one thing, because hiyo ilikuwa game yake ya kwanza to try and line up the players. This time of course he's had so much time kuangalia, even looking at the team, kuangalia in training and maybe watching some of the videos keenly, kuangalia how he's going to deploy players depending on how you've seen, because he's an experienced manager. So I'm very sure he'll come up with a formation and a tactic on how to play against Crystal Palace. The good thing, as you said, we have quality of Crystal Palace, so that one may push us over the line.
Well, let's wait and see how you guys will perform.
Yeah.
And as a United fan, I'll be supporting Palace full force.
Yeah. Yes.
As I wait for our match of the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, match Super Sunday, not match of the weekend actually. Manchester Derby.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about the derby?
Okay, and the other thing before I leave that Chelsea game, something to concrete what I've just said. You see, you see, that was his first game, and it was his first game in Champions League.
Yes.
The first game in Champions League. And I always refer to what Cristiano said when he came to Manchester United. When he came back to Manchester United, these people are human. And when they are doing things that the first time, wanakuwa a bit nervous.
True.
So from even what I saw from the manager, from what I saw, Limonata Kyoko touchline, at 1-1, that guy was a bit nervous. Tulipofungwa hiyo bao, he was a bit nervous. He was trying almost everything. And he was at home. You remember the pressure yenye alikuwa nayo, everything, expectation kwamba tutashinda. So I think this time, because he is an experienced manager in the Premier League, he knows how to play against the Premier League teams. Probably that will give him an advantage, itampatia advantage over Crystal Palace. And as you said, he has quality. So going to Manchester Derby, of course, tumeongelea sana Manchester Derby. What do you have from your injuries, and who are players available, especially from Man United?
From today's press conference, our manager said it's only Maguire who's not available for that game.
So Marshall is available.
Marshall and Rashford have been training for the whole week. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
So mko mnacheza mind game?
Maybe.
Wow, this is going to be a very tough fixture for me. Nimeangalia records. I think there's someone who sent something in that group chat. Akaonyesha the last 8 matches. You guys have been winning at Etihad.
Yeah, City have only won 2.
They've only won 2, yeah. In the last 8 matches, they've won 2. Yeah. You've only draw mara moja, I think.
And won 5.
You've won 5.
Yeah.
This time, okay, for me, I think the way I've seen you play may improve a lot. You've really improved a lot. Banters aside, you've improved. And as you've said, defense line yenye iko sawa, Varane iko around, Martinez ako around, Malaysia has been playing well. On the right, Dalot has been playing well, he's been scoring, something that he never had. He's added that to his locker. So I think your game, as you said last time, your game, it's going to be around the midfield. Hapo tutangalia. I don't know Man City kama John Stones is ready to play.
He's injured.
You see, he has been very quality this season. Hata imekuwa ngumu sana kwa Pep kumdrop. Yeah. It has always been Stones na mtu mwingine. So I think Stones is going to be a big loss for them. Of course, Diaz has not been firing this season. He hasn't started very well. So I don't know how the partnership between Akanji and Stone and Diaz will work, because most of the time in the defense is about the partnership. And if they're going to play for the first time, and Rashford ako pale, probably on the right hand side kuna Anthony, it's going to be a problem to them. And again, Squeezy, Walker is and come and slow down in his pace. So that one is going to be, especially on the wings, itakuwa ni kazi sana for those guys. So for me, as I expect that game to be Villarona. I think you guys are going to get a result from that match, because the last time I saw Manchester City play, they have been struggling. The only game niliona wamecheza convincingly ni ile game walishinda against Wolves. But
Actually, even Wolves had a red card.
The second half, yeah, they had a red card, but even in the second half, Wolves walikuja wakicheza vizuri sana. Unfortunately, walikuwa shafungwa mabao mawili, then wakapewa red card. They maintained up to a certain point, ndio wakafungwa bao la tatu. But walikuwa wakicheza poa sana. In fact, they were attacking with numbers going forward. So for me, I think City they have not been playing well. They have not been playing well. And as you said last time, they've changed how they play. Of course, they are yani hawase ni kama wanataka, they wana concentrate sana kuserve mtu kama Haaland. Mtu kama De Bruyne, every time he gets a ball, anaangalia Haaland ako wapi. That one has imekuwa ikiwa hampa kidogo, the style of play of the way they've been playing in the last season. Then mtu kama Grealish, of course, he scored against Wolves, but he's not been doing well this season. Foden again, I think there's something that has gotten to him. He's not that composed as he used to be. Every time akipata ball, he just want to shoot. He just want to shoot in areas that he's supposed even to pass the ball. So I think there's something that is lacking up front. In as much as Haaland is scoring, unajua Haaland every chance he gets he scores. So hiyo blindness yenye watu wameona that Manchester City are scoring goals through Haaland, it's because Haaland is very efficient when he gets the chances. But these other players, the likes of De Bruyne, the likes of Mahrez, even Mahrez has not been doing well this season. I think the only person in the midfield that is playing well is Bernardo Silva, and Rodri is also not at his level. So if you guys turn up as you turned up in other games, especially the way you turned up in the last game that you played in Champions League, I think you guys are going to get a result.
I'll be looking forward at who will be selected in midfield.
Yeah.
Whether the coach will trust to go with McTominay or to go with Casemiro.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be what I'll be looking at. And then in attack, if the coach will bench Rashford or Martial. Yeah, so that will be an interesting watch. Now, if you go back to Bayern, I think Ten Hag was tipped to replace Pep in Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah, but United worked fast and got him. So I think it will be a good tactical match. But obviously, City have been playing tiki-taka for a while now. So I'm expecting them to have majority of possession.
Yeah.
But against all the odds, I think in the first half we'll be having more chances.
Of course, that is something that you've shown. You guys play very well in the first 15 minutes. You always start very well.
Obviously. Yeah. So I'm really expecting that. Then in the overall match, if at all we try and nullify KDB, we cut that supply to Haaland, then we don't allow Bernardo Silva to express himself and play as he used to be playing, then we might actually stand a chance of getting something, maybe a draw or even a win.
Yeah.
But my instinct, I'm feeling that we are going for a draw.
You're going for a draw?
Yeah.
Then ukiangalia the other thing, as you said, but you see mtu kama, cause niliwachia game ya Arsenal na Arsenal na Manchester United. Now vile umesema KDB ana throw balls up front. This time he collect the ball from the midfield, ana dribble kidogo, then anajaribu kutafuta Haaland up front.
Yeah.
I think the key thing will be how Martinez and Varane are going to handle Haaland.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
the good thing about Martinez is that every ball that comes in the box, and he knows how to read the game. He knows how to read the game. That is the
Yeah.
important thing that you have. That's Martinez. He knows how to read the game. Na City every time, as you say, huwa anapenda kustretch sana nini uwanja,
The
unaona?
back line.
Yeah, exactly, the back line. So pia Malaysia, they have to be very keen so that wasiallow hizo pockets in between the center backs and the full backs. Hapo ndo mtu kama Bernardo Silva hupata chance anapita. Gundogan, if he plays akipata chance hapo anapita, then ana cause goals
Problem.
problem. So,
Yeah, so
that was,
it will be a good match to watch for
yeah,
neutrals.
yes,
And obviously, another problem in that game ni, what if Pep anzishe Alvarez na both Alvarez na Haaland? Kuna hiyo possibility. Joe Grealish
exactly,
hasn't been performing na Mahrez pia amekuwa out of form.
yeah,
Na considering nani amekuwa international na amecheza game zote for them,
yeah.
Pep might actually try something different. Jeo msomo overthink sana.
Anaweza amua, yeah, exactly. But how are you going to counter that now?
I think
Because
if we try to cut the supply to Haaland,
yeah,
like we make KDB akwe nje ya game kabisa, then we might actually stand a chance. But tukimwallow a get into the game, a grow into the game, a run the
yeah,
game, akwisha.
KDB.
Yeah. So from today's press,
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp said that Trent can't defend.
Of course, we've known that. We've known that. We've
Yeah,
always been
so
knowing.
I made a question on Twitter earlier today.
Yeah.
I asked if Trent, which team can he play for the top 6?
At the moment, I think at Arsenal,
Really?
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, no,
Because
no,
the
kama right now,
uh-huh.
right now, Arsenal of course wako na Tomiyasu, si ndio? Tomiyasu, who is a natural right back. Alafu wako na Ben White, who plays there as a makeshift. Who else plays there? Mtu kama, I think Cedric. Cedric plays on the right or the left?
Right.
On the right.
Yes.
I think he can get into that team.
I
Tomiyasu
don't
is not
think
good.
so. Tomiyasu is not good.
Tomiyasu is not good going forward. He's only good defensively. He cannot offer going forward. He can't offer anything going forward. Ben White the same. He's just a defender. He can't offer anything
Japanese
going
Bisaka.
forward. Sorry?
Tomiyasu is Japanese Bisaka.
Exactly. Even Ben White, he doesn't offer anything going forward. He can't cross. Yes. So
But the main
I think
problem
the option on the table, if you are given a chance to send Alexander Arnold in all those top 6, I think anaweza ingia Arsenal moja kwa moja, because the option that they have, they are not good enough. Tomiyasu doesn't offer you anything going forward apart from defending, which is, I don't think he's very good at that too. Ben White is a central defender who is not very good playing. Hata kucheza kwa line na ball, it becomes difficult for him. Then yes, they have Cedric, who is worse than anyone there. So I think if given a chance, Arsenal Trent can fit very well in that team.
But do you think Trent ni system player. Like lazima team itumie a certain system na certain players on backup ndio perform.
You see, again, venye kocha amesema, this guy is still very young, eh? And the only system that he's known, the only system that he's played in here at Liverpool, where the likes of Anderson sometimes Anderson plays on the left or the right, where he plays, I think on the right. Every time when he plays on the right, Anderson anamsaidia to cover the wings. Unaona? So that is the only system that is played. So this guy, you can't judge him. That is the only system that is played. And since he's very young, he has not been tried in other system. So probably we can cut him some slack.
And then kuna mse alinishow since ako good kwenda mbele attacking wise. Na he can cross, he can score, he can shoot. Na anaweza tumia both legs. What if he works on his pace and dribbling past players? Then he be tried as a winger.
As a winger? Of course, you've said he's good at delivering the crosses. He's not very good at dribbling, as you said, because sometimes you can be pushed to the line and you're not good at dribbling. You only work very well in spaces. Run kwa hiyo channel. So I think because naturally he's meant to be a defender. Do you think he can't learn anything about defending? Because that is the only thing that he lacks.
He can, well, he still has time.
Yeah.
But as you know, you can't coach footballing IQ to a player.
Yeah.
Lukaku has been a professional player for around 12
years.
to 15 years.
Yeah.
But kuna kitu zenye bado makocha hawajamfunza na amekuwa coach na makocha great.
But improve on some of the things that alikuwa disastrous. Yeah. Like first touch yake ilikuwa mbovu sana. Yeah.
Well, even Trent can, but there are some certain things that you won't do naturally. Like hazitakuja tu, hazitakuwa.
Yeah.
The same way na De Gea, like amekuwa kibaki kwa line for the career yake mzima. So sahi hatuwezi anza kumfunza kuwa super keeper. But anyway, Trent bado ako na time ya kulearn. Let's not write him off yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, na hopefully amake kwa squad ya England World Cup. Juu kwa group stage sidhani wako na team yenye inaweza pose a threat to them yenye inaweza hitaji madefender ka James wacheze kila saa.
Yeah. So as you said, you guys are talking about him being a system player. Of course, he's a system player. He's played under that system at Liverpool, and that's the only system that he's played. Ni kama sasa useme mtu kama, you see the danger in sometimes having a manager for too long. You remember when you had Fergie for too long? When he left, some of the players that aliacha walikuwa kama orphans. Mtu kama Valencia, he was forced to go back to play at the defense. Mtu kama Ashley Young, mtu kama who else? I think kina Phil Jones, kina Smalling. You see, the way they used to play under Fergie, ilibadilika when they got a new coach. So for me, I think Trent need to be seen under a new management to know how he's going to perform. Because probably they are anaweza badilishwa. Of course, there are players when walianza kama defenders, mtu kama Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale started as a left back. And then at some point, I think Roy Hodgson ama ni Harry Redknapp alimbadilisha akawa right, akampeleka left wing. Akaenda left wing, then alipoenda Madrid akaanza kucheza right, I think right wing, yeah.
Hata akiwa Madrid chema alifika Marcelo was injured, so akacheza left back for a while.
Yeah.
Ndio akaintegrate akacheza right wing.
Yeah, but Bale was also not very good at At dribbling. At dribbling. He was just pace. Alikuwa mzuri kupace tu, alikuwa mzuri kurun. Then yeah, exactly. Na spaces. So for me, I think Trent akipata maybe someone else who is going to help him. Now that hapo mbele yake kuna Salah, he's not gonna get a chance on the right wing. So probably under new management, someone comes in. If Klopp leaves, we might see a different trend, especially probably in defending or in another position up front.
But age works to his advantage. He's still young. He has time to.
Yeah, exactly. He's still very young.
Yeah, hopefully akwe kwa squad ya kwenda Qatar.
Unless Trippier go injured anyway.
Nani ho?
Trippier, unless Trippier go injured.
Wow. Magumu hayo.
Because when you look at the right back, they have so many players. They have James, Trippier, na wako na Kaluka. Unaona? Then hata Kaluka Peters is good. His quality. So
hata Ben White cheza.
Ben White wachana naye. Mimi I don't rate him on the right back. Chana naye kabisa. I don't rate him. For me, I think that's an opinion though.
Yeah, so Jamie Carragher said if he doesn't rate Martinez.
Yeah.
Is that a personal agenda ama what does Martinez need to do? Ndio mchuka Jamie Carragher mrate. That guy has been performing.
Okay. But you see, I think let me be a bit controversial, then I'll make some sense later.
Okay.
You see, this guy, amecheza against nani? When he played against big guys, alilemewa. He played against Ivan Toney and Buemo. He didn't perform.
Alilemewa in what time?
Listen. After that game, ilisemekana that he was the best player on the pitch. Sindio? After that game.
In fact,
sorry?
Game zote amecheza.
Yeah, exactly. But he conceded 4 goals, man. And in fact, the second goal was his fault. I think the second or the third goal, it was his fault.
How?
If I remember correctly. I don't remember. I think it was his fault.
Hakukuwa na fault yake hapo juu. Hiyo kona ilichapwa na watu wawili wakahead your ball. Like ilikuwa assist ya header. Yeye alikuwa kwa zone yake. So mtu mwenye alikuwa na mark Ben Mee ndio alipoteza marker. Then Lisandro Martinez had to mark 2 guys. So Ben Mee akawin head, of course, akafunga. Well, okay, yeah, tunasema you can't have like see killer days would impress kwa office.
Yeah.
But after that, the following match, akaface Luis Diaz, Salah na Firmino. He kept them at bay. They did nothing.
Wow. You see, so, I just want to know the games that this guy has played. I just want to know some of the games that he's played. He's played against Liverpool. He's played against Manchester. No, he's played against Liverpool, Arsenal, Brighton. Did he play against Brighton?
Yeah, he did.
He played against Brighton, Brentford. The 5th game he played against who? Against the game that you scored 1 game. Against Palace.
Soton Leicester.
Soton Leicester. 6 games so far. So let's look at the striker that is faced. At Liverpool, Ali faced Nani. He never faced Nunes Darwin. He didn't face Nunes Darwin, right? So that is not a big guy. He faced Firmino. He faced Diaz.
Salah.
To some extent Salah, because he likes cutting in.
Actually, he faced Salah more than the other two. Salah and Firmino.
Those guys, Those guys are very good with the ball, especially mtu kama Salah, ball yake ni chini. That's where he plays his ball. So definitely Martinez ako very good at blocking. He's very good at reading the game. Definitely angeshine against those players. Now, against Leicester aliface mtu kama Vardy. Vardy ball zake zote ni chini. Especially yeye ni mtu mzuri sana ku run in behind. You see? And you dominated against Leicester. So it was not easy for him to be overwhelmed against Leicester. Against Southampton, do I remember how you played? Southampton, you scored a goal. Adams,
Bruno, Elyounoussi, Armstrong.
We do not have a big guy there.
Hmm?
We don't have a big guy.
But those guys scored against the likes of Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, Rolls-Royce defender.
But now we're talking about Martinez. Let's talk about Martinez. We just want to see how
the only criticism.
We just want to see how he's been
the
tested.
only criticism that Martinez is being criticized on, like the only thing that you guys want to criticize Martinez is height.
Yeah.
Okay, how many goals have we conceded na headers? Game zote zenye amecheza game 8. Game 8.
Against Brentford is conceded.
How many goals has he conceded na head? Like tume concede na header.
I think 2 goals, 2 or 1 goal, I think. If I'm not wrong.
1 goal, right? So 1 goal is enough to write over a guy, a defender.
But he hasn't played so much games. We just have to wait.
Okay.
It's too early for us to call.
But so far he has been impressive. Just like Eriksen.
Yes,
but he's doing his work.
Yes, but against who?
He doesn't have to okay. You guys, I think sasa mnangoja ape versus Haaland ndio mwrite off, si ndio? Ndio mseme we knew.
Not really. You see, he's been impressive against the teams that you would expect him to be impressive against. Because against Southampton, there is nothing that is scaring him. Against Leicester, of course, there's nothing that scares him. Because you guys have been scoring against Leicester. And you've been getting clean sheets sometimes against Leicester. See, it's now a new thing that you guys are getting clean sheet against Leicester. You're getting clean sheet, you get a result against Leicester. So I don't think he's been tested now.
Last season,
yeah,
Man U versus Leicester,
yeah,
we got 1 point out of 6.
Yeah.
Man U versus Soton, we got 2 points out of 6.
Yeah.
Man U versus Liverpool, we got 0 points out of 6. Man U versus Arsenal, we got 3 points out of 6. So last season, we got 6 points out of the possible 24.
But so many things have changed since then. One,
exactly,
Liverpool have not been the same.
Because now we have Martinez.
No, Liverpool have not been the same. They don't have money. They've not been firing. Southampton have not been the same. They've lost Broya.
You see, Sam, in football,
yeah.
If don't work, we work with what's there.
Exactly.
So far, so good. Martinez has proved that he can play well.
Yeah.
So give him credit.
Yeah.
Even though he's going to face Haaland on Sunday.
Yeah.
If he scores, it doesn't mean that Martinez is a bad defender. If Martinez keeps Haaland at bay, it doesn't mean that Haaland is a bad striker. So we need to have a different way of gauging a player's performance.
Okay, I'll give you an example of how we started last season. Last season, we started very well. And in fact, up to the 10th game, we were winning games. We were winning games apart from the Manchester City game that we lost. I think we lost, yeah, it was the fourth or the fifth game. Most of our players are playing very well. Mtukama Alonso, I remember Alonso had a form of his life.
Striker.
Mtukama, yeah?
He was the strike of your club.
Yeah, and also defensively was doing well. You see, we started very well. It was until something missed in the midfield when we lost. In fact, something changed when we lost Chilwell and James. Then we started being exposed. So we want to see Martinez play against someone else. We want him to, as we said, you guys have been talking about the partnership of Varane and Martinez. What will happen when Martinez plays with someone else? Will you still praise him the same way? What will happen when, especially now we're talking about Martinez, what will happen when he will be playing with a different left back? Will he perform the same way? What happens when he'll be playing against a different partnership? So we just want to see the dynamics of the season first so that we can start talking about Martinez and his brilliance. We cannot start praising him right now because at the end of cycle yote ya Premier League tuangalie. You see, always someone like Maguire, if you're going to judge him by what he did in the Euros, you come up with, he's a very brilliant defender because probably of the partnership that he had. You see, if you want to judge someone like probably Mtukama, someone else, Mtukama, who else? Now, right now, we are conceding goals left, right, and center. What has changed at Chelsea? It's because the partnership that Thiago Silva had at Chelsea is not there anymore. We had Rodiger. You see, we had Rodiger at the back. Now we don't have him. Thiago Silva, the goal that we considered against Salzburg, it was his mistake. Alienda kufuata ball na akajaribu kufanya tackle, but he did not get it, right? But before, such tackles zilikuwa zinafanywa na mtu kama nani? Mtu kama Rodiger. Yeah, he was not a proactive defender. Alikuwa very good in timing. But for now, inabidi akuwe aggressive. And when he does that, akicommit, he's not efficient in that. So some of the things, it's about the partnership. It's too early for us to talk about Martinez because he's not gone through the whole cycle of the Premier League. Sometimes you get a different partnership and you are exposed. So we have to wait. For me, I think it's too early for us to call. It's too early for us to call. I'm with Jimmy Carragher there.
But when it comes to Saliba, a line is drawn.
Saliba. Okay, Saliba. Okay. With Saliba is a little bit different, eh? Why?
How?
Because he's added goals to his game.
You guys are just being bad.
But I can normally for all those defenders. For me, I think for all those defenders, we just need to give them some time. We just need to give them some time. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Then I've heard that you guys have signed Nkunku.
I don't know whether it's from credible sources.
Fabrizio posted it.
Honkins.
Fabrizio alipost.
Yeah, alipost. But the sources will talk from Germany and Fabrizio Honkins. Somebody Honkins. So the problem, I don't know. Apparently, the medical was done 1 month ago. That means Tuchel was still at Chelsea. And of course, your time, I remember Tuchel still wanted him. Now the problem, something that I'm wondering, why did we even go for Aubameyang when we had Nkunku in mind? Because even though they play at different positions, but Nkunku can be trained to play up front. So why do we have so many attackers right now? Because and again, apparently I've heard that Chelsea want to call Odoi to come back to Chelsea. So I'm wondering. Sorry?
Odoi was the mistake of Nani, anaitwa Tuchel. Tuchel alimpea on loan, na it was a mistake.
You see, there are so many stories that are coming up. Because when Tuchel left, apparently he knew about Odoi leaving Chelsea. Alisikia ati huyu msee ashapanda ndege ya Bayer Leverkusen. He never knew that this guy was leaving to Bayern. That according to Matt Lowe, I read an article somewhere. According to Matt Lowe, he said that Tuchel never knew that Odoi has left Chelsea. He only knew when he realized that amefika Germany. So those guys who say that he left because of Tuchel, I am not sure about that. There are so many
But
stories that are coming.
they had talks and Tuchel didn't assure him of playing time. Na hiyo ndio nani alikuwa anataka. Odoi.
You see one thing, at Chelsea at the moment, the one who plays at the left is Sterling. And Odoi prefers playing at the left wing. Unaona? Yeye anapenda sana ku play at the left wing. That is his preferred position. And when Tuchel came to Chelsea, alijaribu kumchezesha on the right, actually on the right, but alijaribu kumchezesha on the right wing back. And he did well in the first two games. The first game that we played against Wolves, then the second game we played against Atletico Madrid. He played very well. He was a bit quality. The problem is that hata defensively alikuwa poa kidogo. But now the player didn't want to be given that role. He decided that yeye anataka tu kucheza on the left wing. And now the left wing, in fact, ukiangalia at Chelsea at the moment, anafaa kuwa third in the pecking order because Sterling comes first, Pulisic, and then him. So either way, lazima angeenda. You see? So Nkunku
But
still plays on the left. Nkunku is a left winger. So why do they even sign Nkunku? And they should look for a striker, a real striker.
But you see Nkunku can play in different positions. He can be a CM. He had so many assists last season in Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's creative. And Chelsea are lacking a creative player. So
but
maybe Nkunku can be the answer.
We have Kai Havertz, who also can play as a CM, because we need to look for a striker so that we can give a chance to what Havertz does well. He's young, and we bought him to be a CM or to play as a second striker. So that is what Havertz does well.
Maybe you are signing Nkunku to be the striker.
Sorry?
Maybe you are signing Nkunku to be the striker.
And that is why I'm saying the confusion comes in. Why do you go sign Aubameyang, who you've given a contract of 2 years plus 1, and now hapo tena unataka kusign Nkunku, and you have Kai Havertz on the left? You cannot play him on the left because you have Sterling, you have Odoi mwenye ambaye mnataka kumleta tena, then you have Sterling, you have Pulisic, who you've assured that you're going to give him a chance. Yes. Hata Pulisic alitaka kwenda, but Stolboli apparently akamwambia siende because things are going to change at Chelsea. Now you've gone and gotten Nkunku. Where is he going to play? Kama atakuwa na change maybe system. There are so many players who can play as a CM because hata Loftus-Cheek anacheza kama CM.
But is he that creative? Unajua kucheza ni one thing na kucreate ni another. Like umeona hizo glimpses hata akicheza kwenye, you see for a guy like Bruno kuna teams za Rangnick alikuwa anatoa hata CDM ama whatever. Bruno ana drop deep but he still can create. He doesn't need to play as a CM to create. So have you seen the glimpses of the likes of Loftus-Cheek creating something? Ama he gets one.
He's a ball carrier. He's just a ball carrier. I saw him at Fulham playing as a CM. At Palace, he was playing as a 8. So the best Loftus-Cheek I saw, it was Andasari. Andasari was playing as a CM.
Okay.
And he was a bit creative. Kama anaweza rudia hiyo form yenye alikuwa akicheza Andasari, because that's when I saw Loftus-Cheek at his best. Akirudia hiyo form, I think is also quality up front. So I don't know the priority. I don't really understand why we've gone for him. I don't know, it's because maybe Boyle just want to prove a point that this time anataka kupata players up front. Kwa sababu Liverpool wanted him.
Even United.
Yeah, Liverpool, but Liverpool ndo walikuwa in for him sana. Walitaka kumwendea in fact January, si ndio? Yeah, so I don't know ni plans za nani. Hiyo ndo kitu chenye tulikuwa tunasema recently. We were talking about that. We were talking about the signings. These signings, if really this thing happened 1 month ago, whose signing was it? Because kama ni Tuchel alikuwa ameauthorize that means he had a plan on how to play him, right? Now you have a new coach. Umeenda umesign deal na player mwenye maybe a new coach hamtaki. Because apparently the signing that Potter wants right now ni kuleta mtu kama Caicedo ama who else? I think there's another player that I had. Caicedo na nani?
Sijasikia mtu anadai kusign.
Yeah, he wants Caicedo. Priority yake ni kuleta Caicedo pale. Because apparently because you see Jorginho and Kante wanaweza toka Chelsea because they've not signed new contracts. Kante alikataa contract, Jorginho pia contract yake inaisha 2024. So priority za huko coach sahihi anataka kusign Caicedo and I think another one. I'm not sure who. There's another midfielder anataka kusign.
But you see from that deal ni they agreed wakafanya medical but the cash to be paid italipa kwa summer. If at all he needs to come outside sahi na mtalipa your release clause yake, then that might mean that your owner actually had arrangements with the coach, wakaongea, then akasikia maoni, then maybe coach wenu akapeana go ahead that you can go and sign him, because kama coach amtaki, amgekubali kulipia release clause of 64 million for a guy who a coach doesn't want, right? Akuje ka bench warmer. Yeah, so maybe Potter wants him.
Okay, let's wait and see. Vile atamtumia. But one you see at Brighton, yeye alikuwa anatumia 3-5-2, si ndio? That means two strikers up front. Si ndio? So that means at the midfield atakuwa anatumia three midfielders ambao probably if at all mtu kama Kante atakuwa ametoka at the summer, anaweza kuwa na tuseme pia Jorginho atakuwa ametoka pale katikati. The midfield akileta Caicedo and maybe Mount will be there at the midfield na maybe Kovacic, ndio? Kovacic and the two wing backs, maybe mtu kama James on the right, Kurela on the left. Afro anaweza cheza na Nkunku na Aubameyang ama Nkunku na Aubameyang.
You see akiwa Brighton, kuna player alikuwa anapea Trossard free roam. So pia I think anatafuta player wa kupea hiyo akwe nayo free movement. Akwe tu mobile around the pitch. Anaweza cheza popote kwenye anataka.
Sterling ndo nilimuona akicheza hiyo game ya Salzburg hivyo. I think Sterling.
Yeah, so Sterling akiwa nayo freedom. Basi Nkunku nini? Maybe front three inaweza kuwa Sterling, Nkunku na Havertz. But ikue move Havertz na Nkunku juu Sterling anaweza free roam.
Okay, let's wait and see. Still bado ni mbali. Maybe he has a new system that he want to play.
Yeah, sure.
Now
give me shit.
Well, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us today. We've talked about everything. We've talked about the preview of the matches that will be played this weekend. Join us on Sunday as we'll be doing the reviews of all the matches that will be played this weekend. Thank you so much. Let's meet on Sunday as we'll be doing the previews, as we'll be doing the reviews. Thank you so much. Let's meet on Sunday. Bye.